This is going to be your normal No Man's Sky subcast. If anybody wants to get on the show, please message me on Skype to let me know you want to come on. One of the things that I want to talk to you about concerning No Man's Sky is all the people saying that it's not worth the $60 price tag, that it's being charged for the No Man's Sky, but it's a little unsettling. And another thing that I wanted to bring up is I'm rebooting NDTV. And I know I'm pretty active, uploading NDTV, but I want to really go head in for it because I have a lot of developers that want to come on the show and talk about their game. And since Cobra TV is a No Man's Sky, it's a No Man's Sky fan channel. So I wanted to be able to make a separate show that disassociates what Cobra TV is about so that we could talk about other indie titles that are in development because, that's how we found out about No Man's Sky was, it's a game in development from an independent developer. And what makes independent developers so cool is that they don't have that worry that AAA companies have where they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars on games, and there's a lot to lose. So when an independent developer comes out, they don't have a lot to lose. It's their first game, maybe their second, and the price point for independent games is anywhere between $5 to $40. And one of the reasons, we'll get into that in a minute. Well, no, it leads into what we're talking about. One of the reasons that they charge that much is because they're a new company, a startup company, their first video game ever. And a lot of people don't trust it. So, okay, hey guys, I made this game. I'm going to sell it for $20. There you go. But where is it that it says independent games should be a certain price and AAA games should be a certain price? As far as I'm concerned, independent developers are making great titles. Look at The Long Dark. Look at No Man's Sky. Look at Astroneer. A lot of great titles coming out. Megaton Rainfall. They're making these great games. They're thinking outside the box. They're not your normal game that you get. They're really great titles. Spent a lot of hard work making these titles, and if you ask me, I believe they should be allowed to be charge $60 for their game. As far as AAA companies, I'm not against AAA companies. I'm not one of those AAA haters that are out there, but I do have a sore spot for season pass. Now I know that's the norm today, but when it came to Battlefront, I was so excited for Battlefront, and then when I pre-ordered it, and as soon as they mentioned the season pass, to get the other content, you're going to have to pay another $50. So the way I looked at it was they were charging me $60 for half of a game. I know there's going to be people out there who disagree with me on that, but I still haven't bought Battlefront for that reason. And I know you could choose not to buy the season pass, not to purchase it, but at the same time, you're not getting all the content that was decided for that title. I remember the old days, they released a game for one price, and that was the game. They worked hard to put all the content in it the first time around, and whenever they thought of in addition, they released a sequel. So when you're thinking about No Man's Sky, $60. I agree with it. Think about the content that's in the game. The content that you get, you buy Battlefront 4 maps. I'm just throwing out numbers there, but it was a small number. I don't know. But No Man's Sky, $60. And then No Man's Sky, 18 quintillion planets. More than 18 quintillion planets for the game. And it's just content. It's the content that weighs the price as far as I'm concerned. And what's really hurt No Man's Sky is, and Hello Games has kept a lot of it so secret until just recently we found out there was NPCs that are going to be on the planets, and you're going to be able to trade with them, get stuff for them, sort of like missions kind of. You're going to be able to learn their language, interact on, if they're telling us that much, I wonder what they're not telling us. And yes, you're right, Dreadlock. $60 for unlimited content. No problem for me. I agree. I totally 100% agree. And just to think all the other content that they're keeping secret. So I do love indie games because they take chances. They take big chances. I still love AAA games. I still play them. But as far as I'm concerned, the older the AAA game, the better. And Dreadlock, I would love to talk to you as well. Just message me on Skype and we'll have you come on here in a bit. But $60 for No Man's Sky, I totally agree with it. So what I want to do is get some people online here, get to talking to some people and get your opinion on what you guys feel about the $60 price tag. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm cool with that, but I think it's just an opinion. I'm willing to pay $60 for No Man's Sky because all the content that you get. So with Indie TV, I want to be able to separate what the Cobra TV channel is, a No Man's Sky fan channel, and then give all these other independent games that are just so amazing. Planet Nomads, Wild, just there's so many titles out there, Everspace, that deserve, it's not like they need my help, but I would just enjoy talking about them on Cobra TV. So therefore, the show Indie TV was created a while back. I just want to set it more in stone, so to speak. And to talk about the future plans for Cobra TV. What's Cobra TV going to do when No Man's Sky comes out? Now, a lot of people are asking me if I'm going to be playing No Man's Sky on the channel, and the answer to that question is yes. And I know everybody else is going to be so busy playing No Man's Sky on their own time. But what's really going to be cool about No Man's Sky is being able to look on YouTube and seeing everybody else's different gameplays, the way they play the game completely different, the different things that they come in contact with, find or discover new ways to do certain things. It's just going to be amazing. And it's I think it's going to be one of the most played games on YouTube, The Woos. I'm having a very hard time convincing my friends this will be a good game due to the extreme lack of multiplayer. I've been following No Man's Sky for as long as it's been announced over 2 years ago, and this seems like a huge oversight on Hello Games' part. Game will still be amazing, but I'm sad okay, so you're sad that there's no multiplayer. Well, that's, I was the same way a while back, but and you've been following it for a pretty long time. And in a way, I do agree with you in a sort of bit of way, but I think it would be a fun game to play with your friend. But the concept behind No Man's Sky, the journey to the center, the discoveries that you're going to make, even if I plan on trying to see if it's possible, right? I'm probably going to get in there, and everybody else who plans on trying to see if it's possible to meet up with somebody, I think we're going to be so sidetracked. Everything's going to look so amazing, so cool. The gameplay is going to be so emergent. That messing around with the NPCs, trading, talking, learning, discovering, fighting, that journey to the center is going to be harder than we realize because there's going to be so much to do before we even think about trying to head there without getting distracted. So I think once we buy the game, we start playing it. That whole idea of multiplayer that we wanted a while back, it's going to go away. But as Sean Murray said, eventually he's going to come back to multiplayer if we want it. If the game does well, once we've played the core of the game, then he'll return to it. If that's something that the community really wants. And as far as multiplayer, it's such a big place. So I wouldn't really know even how it would actually work. I think, I don't know. I love the way the game is right now. I really want multiplayer, but I wouldn't want to see a super easy multiplayer at least for a whole year. But that's just my opinion. Now, it used to be different a long time ago. Way different. All right, so we're adding DJ to the call. DJ, thank you for coming on Cobra TV. How are you, buddy?
Hey, it's another day in paradise.
That's right. That's right.
It is
another day in paradise. So how you doing, man? So were you listening to the show, or what do you think about the $60 price tag?
Oh, that I don't mind. Actually, I'm already got it. So
yeah,
I didn't even bat an eyelash. I'm old school gamer. I used to play a game called Starflight back in the 80s on a Commodore 64, and it was pretty much like this, but a lot smaller. And so this game I've been waiting for decades for a game like this to come out.
Oh yes.
And just from the videos, and I know that all the videos we've seen are pretty much pre-alpha.
Right.
Video. I just have to say they are mind-blowing, beautiful. I can't wait to actually get my hands on this game.
Exactly. I mean, from what they shown, just even if they only had the planets from what they show, and the trailers and the things that we could do, that alone looks like $60 worth to me.
Right.
And it's so much more than that.
And the fact that the exploration part is what I'm all about. I'm going to be my own little Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, definitely.
Following the Next Generation.
Right.
So yeah, I plan on doing a Twitch show just basically based on No Man's Skies.
Okay.
But I haven't even gotten started yet. So, but yeah, I'm excited about this game.
Yeah, it's so cool. I know, that's one of the biggest things. I can't wait until the game's out. And once I see what I'm seeing, I can't wait to see what everybody else is seeing. What planet you were born on, or what planet, I don't know, DJ right. Or whoever else, and the Elmo person here, Elmo, hi Elmo, what planet he or she started on. It's just going to be so amazing.
Yeah, and I was like watching the videos and the ice videos where it was showing like minus 164 degrees Celsius. I'm like, wow. I mean, just the hypothermia and how your body reacts to different planets.
Right. And what was really cool is the playtester that I interviewed literally said that if your thermal protection runs out, you have to seek shelter. Or else you're going to die, or craft another battery or module, for your thermal protection. But he said,
or throw the grenade into
yes,
the mountain.
Throw a grenade into the mountain and make yourself shelter. That is just amazing.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, okay, now I'm getting even more excited about this game. I cannot wait for it to actually hit the market. I'm like, ants in the pants sort of thing.
Yeah, and what makes it worse and better at the same time is it's getting so close. Like, oh man, I don't want to wait anymore, but it's just right around the corner.
I know, 3 weeks or 2 months. What is it? 2 months, 4 weeks, 5 days, and some odd hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's $60 worth, in my opinion, versus what is being charged for $60 now and is apparently acceptable for people to pay $60 for. And this game is offering, I don't even know what percentage more content than they are. It's definitely worth $60.
Oh, I mean, there are games out there that, like, okay, I'm not into the whole strategy kind of games. I'm more into first-person space shooters.
I'm the same way, yeah.
And so, like, games like Master of Orions or something like that, I could never get into a game like that, but yet they're $50-$60 as it is. I mean, it all depends on your flavor, what flavor you enjoy. Exactly.
I mean, there should be no thing set in stone that since you're an indie developer, you're not allowed to charge $60.
Right.
I think that content, your game, should speak for itself. And say it's not that good. Say you charge $60 for it and it's not that good. Well, chances are people are going to know it's not that good before they pay for it. And
it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lesson learned. And that's a big thing though. Right now there's a lot of lessons being learned with games that are coming out and people are buying it and they're like, oh man, this game bites. I don't want this.
Well, it's like a Star Citizen. All right. I actually bought a ship on Star Citizen and been flying that around, but it's right at this moment in the game. I follow its production and everything, but
right.
At this moment in the game, it's repetitively boring because it's just this small piece of sky and you're just doing the same things over and over again. There's no actual exploration involved.
Right.
And so, and they're charging anywhere from $45 to $250 just to buy a ship.
More
than
than that,
real
dude.
Money.
I've seen some on there for like $6,000. I paid $45 for mine.
Exactly,
but,
same here. I paid the $45. I'm like, I'll take this and go with that.
Yeah, and it's
See
fun
how
for a
they,
little while. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff to do, but you're right. It gets a little boring because the game's not done. You know, I
right.
when the game is done, that game is going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to play that either. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm looking forward to like what is it? Squadron 42, that part of the game, because of all the actors they've got voicing over and doing the
oh yeah, for
CGI.
sure. Yeah,
Andy Serkis and Mark Hamill and all that. But for No Man's Skies, and I've been following this like for 2 years also. That's since the first time I ever heard about it. I just like started drooling over this game. I'm
me
like,
too.
that's the game I want. That's the game I've been looking for my entire life.
Yes.
And even like you said, even if it's only like a small galaxy or a small galaxy that you just get to stay on the planet, the whole graphics and the procedural generation of everything, it's gonna look awesome.
Yeah, it is. And well, with the price versus content, there's tons of content. Now, if No Man's Sky came out and it was like a solar system and said, hey, buy the season pass and get 50 more solar systems,
Oh yeah.
or not solar systems, star systems. But yeah, no, they're not playing that game. They're putting as much content and as much passion into this game as possible. And I think $60 is really fair. Not to mention the fact I paid more than 60. So
Well, I actually saw a thing. They were talking about how many star systems are in so many games like Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, and No Man's Skies. And No Man's Skies, I believe, has 84 quadrillion star systems.
right,
And
yeah,
and the creators are like, not everybody's going to be able to explore all these planets, which is understandable. And the fact that no one starts off on the same planet, which is basically easy with that many star systems, because you got like 84 quadrillion, and everybody on this planet could play and not start on a planet anywhere near each other.
right.
That's, to me, is awesome. I'm not one of I'm not a follow. I don't like join groups and everything when it comes to gaming. I'm like, leave me alone. Let me go play myself.
Trevor, thank you for coming on Cobra TV. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing great, actually. Me and DJ Doctor in Paradise.
Nice.
So
Howdy, Trevor.
Hey.
what do you, if you were listening to the beginning of the show, what's your input on the $60 and people saying that it's not worth $60?
Yeah, I mean, that seems silly to me too. $60, like, for what they're building and what they're offering, like $60 is more than fair, right? Like, I bought the limited edition, which is another $20. For me, I'm in Canada, so it's $100 for me, and then I had to pay, an extra couple bucks shipping, but that's like that doesn't faze me at all.
Exactly. Did you buy Battlefront?
No, I didn't. I get the sense that like Hello Games, they're not really gonna go that way either. Like Sean Murray has mentioned that, like you said, he wants to revisit the game and add some more content to it. And it seems to me like, from what I'm noticing, it's a bestseller on Amazon. I feel like they're just gonna make a ton of money on this game. Like, it's such a small team, and I think it's gonna be hugely successful, and they're gonna just make boatloads of money. And they're not even really doing it. Like, they've even said, we would go bankrupt and still make this game just because we want to make this game.
Right.
So their attitude is really cool. They're not really in it for like, oh, we need to squeeze another $50 out of the players.
Yeah,
they're really just passionate about it.
Right. And the content that they want, we've been following this game for a long time, and a lot of players have been asking for building. A lot of players have been asking for a co-op system, so where you can play with, explore with some of your friends. Nobody's asking for a deathmatch or anything like that, but and Sean Murray knows that those are two of the biggest things that people have been asking for, but that's not what No Man's Sky is about. It's about keeping moving, exploring, going towards the center, feeling the sense of being alone. And he said that he wants people to feel and to play their idea of what this game is. And if it's successful, they want to return to all those features that people are wanting. So that's it's not like, they're holding things back on purpose. They built the game that they wanted to build, and they want to see if people enjoy it.
Yeah, I really
build on it.
What's that?
I really like.
Then they'll build on it.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, it's cool their approach that they're doing. They're kind of, I was thinking about this the other night. They're taking this approach of, let's kind of start simple. Let's build the base game. Let's make a really good experience and then layer on top of that. That's kind of like how they build the game as it is now. They start with like kind of more simple mathematical equations, functions, and then they build them into more complex systems. And then you wind up with the game that they have now. They put that out there and they kind of put out this singular experience and then learn about the community and what the community wants and then build again on top of that and kind of make it more and more complex.
Right.
But what they're starting out with now is something very open. It's not assuming, it doesn't tell you, you have to do this or you have to do that. It's this very open kind of just, template that anyone can kind of superimpose like their idea of what they want to do, what they want for fun, and then they'll kind of hopefully steer the game in that direction when they continue development on it in the future and kind of add on to it in that way, but never really saying you have to do this or you have to do that, just allowing more and more freedom.
And that's one of the things I like about it, the whole freedom part. There's no real general storyline. I mean, I know there's like the whole like get to the center of the universe sort of thing and find like monoliths and learn languages and everything, but there's no you have to go over here, protect this planet and whatnot. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's funny, like I discovered this game because I hadn't been playing games for like, I don't know, 10 years, and then I decided I'm going to get into the next generation. And I was pretty much like Xbox One. I was going to buy an Xbox One. And then I started thinking, well, I'll consider PS4, see what's there. And then I kind of had this thought like, oh, I wonder if they've made that game yet. The game that I've always wanted to play. For me, it was kind of like, it was a little bit a Homeworld. I used to play Homeworld a lot. I really liked that space sim kind of game. And then it was GTA 3. It was kind of like, that Homeworld / GTA 3 open world type experience. Have they made that game yet? So I went to Google and searched like, open world space game. And that's how I came to No Man's Sky, is through like, have they made my dream game yet? And then I found this, I'm like, oh my God, not only is someone making it, but they're making like just this insane, it's beyond what I could have imagined, because they literally are doing like the universe size of in space. Like I always thought open world space game cool, but I never thought like universe size open world space game, or the level of like the art direction, which just blows everyone away. Like when I thought of that game, I was never like, sci-fi 60s 70s sci-fi book cover type open world space game. Like they've kind of taken what I think all of us have wanted and they've just done even more. They've just gone that extra light year and like made this crazy thing that no one really expected.
Yeah, I came across this game like I said about 2 years ago. I was watching a video on the E3 conference or convention, whatever you want to call it, and they were showing this, and I just like, and as soon as I saw like the video, my jaw dropped and went, there it is.
Yeah.
The holy grail of video games.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how long I've been following this, and it's like, oh, I get chills just thinking about like, what can I do in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And the procedural generation is just amazing. Like I think that they're kind of leading the way in what the next generation of video games could be. We're kind of like, we're entering VR and this kind of next generation of video games in terms of virtual reality. But then I think what Hello Games is doing is they're also introducing this other kind of pivotal point in video games and programming where you're you're not like handcrafting things anymore. You're just setting the systems and the rules and then letting the computer do all the hard work. And I think we're going to see so many more games like that, and it's just going to be, it's that with VR is just going to be mind-blowing.
Right. You know, and
Yeah.
there's still a lot of hard work, even though you're letting the computer add things for you. There's still art that you have to do.
Yeah.
There's still 3D modeling that you have to do. Pretty much you're just, letting sliders do some work for you and generate things at a mass quantity at the same time, all at once.
Yeah, like the art direction. I've looked a lot into procedural generation. I'm a web developer and I do some programming and stuff. So this game really has got me interested in procedural generation, and I've watched some talks with the Hello Games developers too. And what they're doing is definitely very, very complex because, like you said, these equations that when they generate something, they need to know what's around them. So like if you generate a texture that looks like dirt, it needs to know that it looks like dirt, and it
Right.
needs to be able to sound like dirt, and it needs to be able to, everything needs to know what's around it in order to be believable. And you can't have two colors that don't look good together and that sort of thing. So it's super impressive on what they're doing.
Yeah, then there was something that they were talking about, like if there's a river, how it only generates what's around you. The algorithms actually have to know what's before it without generating it. So that was one of the major difficulties they had, making the game. But they said they got it down pat pretty well. So yeah, there's a lot of new ways of making games being used in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd love to see them take what they've done, and then if they were to add a DLC they're saying not DLC, but they want to do something different but add new content. But if they were to take their procedural generation and take one planet and then make a planet that is just a city, I know they've said they're not going to do that, and that's kind of not what it is now, but I'm sure they've thought about it, and it would be super cool to see if they just applied all that sophisticated procedural generation to one planet and put that planet in this universe, and give you some special warp drive thing that you could dial it up and just warp to that planet, and then that's a whole nother game in itself.
Yeah, sure enough it is.
Yeah, there's just so many possibilities that they could do. I could see them just developing this game. I hope they develop this game for the rest of their lives because I want to play it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, the game Wild, which, I really want to start talking about, because I think a lot of the people who are into No Man's Sky are going to really enjoy this game. And I think that, I'm not sure how long it's been in development, or if they got, some ideas from Hello Games or what. I do know that Hello Games is inspiring other games already with the procedural planets they're going to add in Star Citizen, to, with what Space Engineers are doing with their planets. I don't know if the developers for Wild are influenced by Hello Games at all. Samu, what is going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing. It's a little cold outside.
Oh, it's a little cold. Where are you?
In Finland.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's starting to warm up over here.
Here is about -10.
Is it -10? Wow.
Yes.
And that's
Wow.
in Celsius.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm brushing up on my Celsius, for No Man's Sky.
It's morning time right now.
Oh, wow. So what brings you on the show? What do you want to talk about, bud?
I have some points and questions.
Yeah, so
There are some
somebody's
games-
saying, should I spam him? Someone's saying Cobra is a boob.
Emo.
Elmo. Yeah, we heard what you did. I guess I'm the only one that heard about the Elmo situation.
Holy crap! I feel like I'm in a frozen planet.
Huh?
He's on a frozen planet.
It's really, really
Okay, so
cold.
here we go. We got, I think Elmo's wanting to come on the show here. All right, last color.
Yo, guys, I'm sorry, really sorry about my English.
Oh, your English is perfect, dude. You know, I got more respect for, what you're doing because I only know one language. So you know two. You're already one up on me.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you can sound however you like. I can completely understand you.
That's cool.
All right, so we're waiting on
Appreciate it.
Elmo to join the call.
I barely speak English well, so and it's the only language I know.
I see one of those trailers. I see
Oh,
that.
there we go. There's Elmo, the mighty Elmo. What's going on?
You mean Panda? Come on now.
Oh, well, it
I'm
says
assuming
Elmo
you're
and
saying
Twitch. I don't know. I got Elmo and Twitch. I got a picture of a panda and the name Nikiro. So I'm really confused.
Noriko, thank you very much. At least say it
Noriko.
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neurotic?
I'm gonna
I don't-
smack you tomorrow. That's about how this is gonna turn out. Sky.
All right, so
I
what's
have
on the
to-
show? Didn't hear any of it.
Just listening to you talk about it for so long, it's been really interesting.
Oh, thanks. So Noriko here, our panda Elmo, aka something.
What game is it today? That's what I was asking.
He hasn't really been following No Man's Sky that much. I happen to work with the guy and have been trying to fill him in, trying to get him addicted to No Man's Sky. Not sure if it's working yet.
Oh, wait till
Not
he
really.
starts.
It's actually
seeing
interesting.
the game.
Though.
I'm
You got to
all like,
figure though, like when you get close to the center, it's the likelihood is going to increase, right?
Yeah, you would think once you get closer to the center, everybody's rushing that way. I would think, yeah, eventually you're gonna start running into people.
I have a feeling though, if you actually wanted to, you'd get people to meet each other. There's gonna be like meetups and stuff off the subreddit, and I'm sure there's gonna be other community forums where you can find somebody and meet up with somebody else like that.
Oh, people are going to try. They will. And I do believe that people are going to succeed.
My question is this gonna be cross-platform? I'm not sure. You didn't tell me that if it was or not.
No, there has not been a confirmation yet.
Yeah,
Is
That'd
this
be
coming
nice.
to Xbox One or not?
No.
Then
As it stands,
could
no.
be cross-platform then, because they're doing that with Street Fighter 5 right now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
The tech is there to do it at least.
See, no one's ever came out and rightfully said no. It's not coming on the Xbox. Ever. Never.
right. So it could possibly come out on the Xbox. When?
I think they just like don't have the greatest relationship with. They don't have nearly as good a relationship with Microsoft as they do with Sony. That's what I've
If
heard.
you follow anything, Sony's never been really big keen on, or Sony, not Sony. Microsoft's never really been keen on big indie developers as much as they have been, as Sony has. Think about E3 press conference, 2015, when it was all indie games.
That's true.
I have one point.
Yes, sir.
How I can say it? God damn it.
You said it.
Can I say I like your accent? I love foreign accents. They're so great.
That's what she said.
I
That's what she said.
lost my words. God damn it. That survival aspect of this game, how big it is. I really don't.
You
No,
talk
Which
about
game? Wild or?
No Man's Sky?
Yes.
No Man's Sky. Well, it's not a whole big survival aspect. So far, the only thing that we've really seen is the thermal protection, upgrading it, because on colder planets, hotter planets, you're not going to survive very long. Toxic planets, you're not going to survive very long. You're not going to be doing any eating or anything like that. So
Yeah, I know.
This isn't DayZ. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
DayZ
it's
would be
still-
such a great game if you didn't have to eat. I'm serious. That just gets so annoying. My character gets so hungry. Like, I don't even eat that much.
Because you're fat. That's why. You're a fatty.
You're
Well,
fat.
that's
I'm
a
not
lot
that.
of survival games. So I mean, what is one of the games I just started playing? What is it? Vortex or something? The Gateway.
Oh, yeah.
Vortex, the Gateway. And I started playing that, and it's like the fire goes out like every 10 minutes, you have to eat like 3, 4, 5 times a day. I'm like, yeah, see, you got to come up with a game where it's realistic. You're not eating 4 or 5 times a day.
Right.
Well, at least not when you're in a survival mode anyway. Me, I'm sitting there. If I get bored, I'm eating. So,
Well, true. See, I don't think the survival aspect of No Man's Sky is going to be overpowering, or it's not going to be huge. I think that they're really putting an emphasis on making sure that your suit is upgraded, because you might, think about the solar system. How many planets are going to be far away from the sun? How cold they're going to be? How many planets are going to be close to the sun? How hot are they going to be? So there's going to be quite a few planets in each solar system you're not going to be able to go to until you upgrade.
right. I mean, you're not even going to be able to leave your star system, from what I understand, until you upgrade to get a hyperdrive.
Right. But he
Unless
did confirm that you can leave if you fly slowly, without a
Yeah.
hyperdrive. You can do it. But when he was asked how long that would take, he said, I have no idea. We
No
don't
one's
even know.
tried it yet.
Yeah.
And this is why I play Counter-Strike, and there's a major coming this week that I'm excited about.
A major.
Yep, a Counter-Strike major event this weekend, actually, in Columbus.
Oh. I'm thinking
So that's
Counter-Strike,
why?
major, general, captain.
No. But yeah, No Man's Sky. I keep up with all my information from Cobra. It's pretty funny. You should see his excitement. I wish you guys could see his excitement in his face, though, to be honest, when he's talking about it. 'Cause it's like a little kid in a candy store. It's so genuine, so cute.
Yeah, we can hear it. I think all of us experienced something similar too, for sure. I'm super excited about it. I read and watch videos. Cobra, I've probably watched all your videos at this point every day.
That's true. Yeah, I'm so excited about the game that GameStop literally called me and told me that their Sony reps were telling them that No Man's Sky was on the list for full VR treatment. I ran home, made a video as soon as I could, and was pretty much called clickbait and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was horrible experience. It wasn't trying to be clickbait. I was just trying to pass the message along. And I called 7 other stores, and they said the same thing. And there's another subscriber who uploaded a video who recorded his phone call. And I don't know.
Yeah, who was when you made the original video? It was some girl's voice. Who was that?
That was a contributor to my channel. We didn't start off as friends, and we've built quite a big relationship since we've
Okay.
met.
Yeah, it was super confusing because I think I was at work when I saw that, and I got an alert on my phone, and I saw the headline, so I went straight to the channel and checked it out. And I was like, "This is
Yeah.
this is a little bit odd," but I think I commented. I was like, "Dude, you got to quit your job and just report on this all day."
I wish, dude. I wish. All right, guys. I think we're done here.
I mean, I have so much to say, but probably not enough time. So yeah, just thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem, guys. Thank you for being on. It's more of a pleasure of mine than anything else. What about Samu? Any more points?
Not really. Can I do a shout out?
Yes, go ahead and do a shout out.
Me and my band have an old school death metal band.
Oh my gosh, yes.
called-
I'm into old
called-
school death metal.
Yes. It's called, I don't know how to announce it, liquation,
What?
if anyone...
Liquidation.
Lycation?
Yes.
Lycation. Okay, go ahead and put the name. Do you have a YouTube channel?
It's our bassist have it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be probably doing a separate video on Wild, because I am just wild about that game, truly. I cannot wait to play it. It's almost like, it really is. It's got a lot of No Man's Sky influence to it, I think. And I'll be able to portray that better in that video by itself. But guys, thank you so much for coming on Cobra TV. It's been a pleasure.
It has.
I
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You also.
Good night.
Good night.